What madness is this, you might ask? This is a external Sun SCSI hard drive enclosure for 68 pin buses, and it is low voltage differential, and I've got it connected to a black box low voltage differential to high voltage differential converter. It is then connected to the IBM 7204 325 4 gig high voltage differential SCSI drive, and then it's going to the PS2's enhanced fast wide SCSI differential card that was originally an RS6000. It is all working. Quake is currently running off the Sun hard drive. I don't have any SCSI IDs available. I've only got ID 2 free. That's why that's the only one that's currently inserted. And I will get out of Quake now and change to the high voltage drive, which is my G drive. HVD primary. Just go in and play some Doom Ultimate. I can't even remember what the application's called. Is it just Doom? Yes, it is. That is now running off the high voltage differential drive. Well, supposed to be, except it just crashed. Having a sound card on a PS2 is a bit like black magic. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This is actually the chip chat reproduction, so it's actually a lot better than the Sound Blaster MCV variety as far as compatibility is concerned. Now this was working before. I have no idea why it's now it is working. There you go. Once it actually does start, it's perfectly fine, but if you get a game crash and exit to DOS, you really need to start the computer again, because it's partially in a ready to crash state, especially when it comes to sound effects. I don't have Doom 2 running on this machine. Sound for some reason doesn't work, even with the chip chat. But that fast Doom does allow me to play Doom 2 on this machine. I don't currently have it installed. But the original Doom 2, it's just a no-go, will not work. And that is currently running off the high voltage differential hard drive. And this device does give you an additional activity LED for the SCSI bus. As you can see, it's in synchronization with the actual hard drive LED on the computer. What the point of that is, I do not know, but yeah, this is all working. I have not worked out how or why to get the high SCSI IDs to work. It just does not work. It won't see anything above, well, in the 8 to 15 range. So it's kind of unfortunate I have this enclosure and I can't actually use the high SCSI IDs. That's why I've currently got no IDs spare to play with. I've only got 2, and that's what's currently installed. See, I've currently installed 3 hard drives in the high address area in positions 9, 10 and 11, but that is not detected. My primary SCSI card is just a narrow SPOC with cache. Now, I have a feeling the issue is because it is a narrow card as the primary SCSI card, and it's using that SCSI BIOS. If you're not aware, the fast wide SCSI cards in the PS2 don't actually contain SCSI BIOS. The non-differential version for PS2s does have a socket to put one on there, but that's not high voltage differential. Although I have this adapter now, I could actually rig up that drive in the reverse direction of that if I wanted to put the regular fast wide card in there. I have a lot of options now. So I've got a number of drives off that first SCSI card, and they are just, that's a Zulu SCSI narrow, which is on that first card, and then you can see the fast wide adapter A. By default, it's on ID7. I've got an ID6 on the emulator. That's a blue SCSI ultra wide, or wide as it's known, on that second adapter. So that ID6 is on that emulator, ID5 is on that emulator, ID4 is the high voltage drive, ID3 is the emulator again, and ID2 is on the Sun enclosure. 1 and 0 are also on the emulator inside. So I don't know how to get the IDs 8 through to 15 working. If you have any idea, let me know. But I suspect it's because it's running off the SCSI BIOS on that narrow card, which obviously doesn't support anything other than IDs 0 through to 7. But anyway, it's all working, and it's an absolute insane amount of spinning rust potentially here. And the noise, yes, it's deafening, but you've got to love it.